Hello, my beautiful human beings, and welcome to Yoni Moon Studios live sessions number 4 for March 2024. All right, let's get started. Today, we're going to start at the back of our mats. Good. Standing nice and grounded with both feet firmly planted on the ground. And from here, I just want you to roll your shoulders away from your ears, opening up the palms of your hands. Good, and just taking a few breaths here, just connecting with your body, connecting with your breath. And then just rolling your neck or your head from side to side, releasing any tension there. Good. And then while still rolling your neck, interlacing your fingers behind you and just pushing those shoulders back and away, and continue to roll that neck from side to side. Good. Bringing your head back down towards the center, your chin sort of touching your chest, and then leaning forwards with the chest, your hands still interlaced behind you. Good. Coming forwards as we slowly roll ourselves down, allowing our hands to fall forwards. Good. Just opening up there through the chest, through the shoulders. And then on your next inhale, slowly coming back up, leading with the chest straight back in. Good. Hands still interlaced behind you. And then sort of taking it to the other direction, bringing those hands, pushing them away from you, opening up through the chest towards the sky, and then plants. Good. And then again on your exhale, coming forwards again, straight back, keeping those hands interlaced behind you. Feel free to close your eyes here as well. And again, just allowing those hands to drop down. Feeling that nice stretch there in the back of your legs, through the shoulders, through the chest. Take a deep breath in on your next exhale. One more time. Coming up, leading with the chest. Opening up. Good. Throwing that head back. Opening up through the neck. Unlock those fingers. Straightening through the spine. Opening those palms up towards the front of your mat. And then a slight bend in the knees as we raise our hands up towards the sky. Good, just reaching up here. And then coming up onto the tips of our toes. And then down. Good. And again, coming up onto the tips of the toes. Hands are still up towards the ceiling and down. So up and down. Good. And again. Up and down. Just waking up those calves, those toes, those heels. Good, really reaching up towards the sky with your fingertips. Get a little movement there in the shoulders if you want as well. Good, a few more times, tips of those toes. Woo, losing my balance, staying up there on the tips of the toes, she says. Good, reaching up, 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 up. And relax, allowing the hands to come back down. Good. From here, bending the knees, raising the hands up towards the sky, throwing yourself back slightly, and then bending those knees as we come down into our forward fold. Either keeping the knees slightly bent, or if you feel like you can, extending through the legs. And then bending one knee and then the other. Good, just waking up our bodies. Feel free to get a little movement in the head and the neck here too. Breathe through the nose. Exhale. Good, getting that oxygen to your body. Also getting a bit of blood flow here to the head. Good. Getting everything sort of crick and crack. And then coming to the center and just holding your forward fold here. Feel free to bring your hands towards your ankles or the backs of your legs, wherever you feel comfortable. Again, bending the knees, should you need to, and then bringing that head closer in towards the thighs. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, slowly rounding yourself up back into our standing position, raising your hands up towards the sky. Good. Deep breath in. On your exhale, folding down, walking your hands forwards into plank. Good. Drop the knees and then give me 4 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Coming back into plank, walking our hands back in towards the feet. Deep breath in as we raise up. Good. Exhale, folding back down again, walking back into plank. Give me those 4 push-ups. 1, drop the knees if you need to. 2, 3, and 4. Walking the hands back. Good. Rounding up, straightening up. Deep breath in, exhale, coming back down, rolling down, walking forwards. Good. Now give me those 4 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Walking the hands back in towards the feet. Rolling up one more time here, girls. Good. Reaching up, rolling back down. Walking our hands out into plank. Give me those 4 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, and on the last one, going into our chaturanga, chest down, untuck those toes. Inhale, upward facing dog, lifting those thighs off of the mat. Good. Exhale, raising those hips back up into our first downward dog here, finding your position. Again, feel free to bend the knees, bringing the head in towards the knees, rounding those arms and elbows in towards the mat. Good, and then extending through the legs. Pushing those shoulders away from the ears, elongating through the neck. Again, remember, your elbows are rounded in towards the mat. Good. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, rolling through the spine, coming into plank, and then just rolling yourself back up into that downward facing dog. Let's take that a few times, rolling forwards, and then pushing yourself back. Good. And again, rolling around, really trying to get as much movement as possible through the spine, going between your plank, good, and your downward facing. A few more times, rolling through. Inhale, downward facing dog. One more time, rolling through into plank. Good. Exhale. Good. As we come back into that downward facing dog, finding your position here. Take a deep breath in, bending the knees, looking to the top of your mat and either hop or step in between your hands to the top of the mat, finding that forward fold. Good. Exhale, rolling up into a standing position, raising our hands up towards the sky. Get a little bit closer to the top of your mat. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to step back first with our right foot, hands still here at the heart. Good. Bring the hands down towards the mat, stepping back with the left foot, and let's go into some mountain climbers. So bringing that knee into the chest. Good. 2, 3. Just walking it. If you want to pick up the pace, you can go right into a running mountain climber. Good. If you really want to get that cardio in. If not, feel free to just walk through the movement, bringing that knee into the chest. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flow it out, bringing ourselves down into that chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Catch your breath here, bend the knees, look forwards, hop or step to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rolling up into our standing position. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, let's take it the other way. So this time we're going to step that left foot back first, just coming into a high lunge, keeping those palms. Good, at your heart. Release the hands down towards the mat, low lunge, stepping back with that right foot. And let's go into those mountain climbers, this time touching opposite knee to elbow. Good. So tap, try and get that contact with the knee to elbow if you can. Good. Just switching it through. Nice, strong exhale as you bring that knee over. Woo. Good, you've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flow it out, drop the knees if you need to. Bring that chest down towards the mat. Inhale, coming into that upward facing dog. Try and lift those thighs off of the mat if you can. Exhale, pushing back into that downward facing dog. We're just taking a little rest here, walking out those feet, pushing those heels down towards the mat. Good, rounding those elbows, rounding those shoulders so that they're firmly placed in the shoulder socket where they need to be. We're not putting any extra weight on those shoulder joints. Good. From here, you're going to take a deep breath in. You're going to round through into plank, bend the knees. You're going to hop to the top of your mat, straighten your legs, and then hop back into plank, and then downward facing dog. Okay, so let's try that again. Rounding through into plank, bend the knees, hop to the front of your mat, just straighten the legs, bend, hop back into plank, downward facing dog. Let's go again. So rounding through, bend, forwards, straighten through the legs, bend the legs, hopping back, downward facing dog. Good. Rounding through, propel yourself forwards, halfway. Good. Exhale as you step back or jump back into plank, downward facing dog. Rounding through, bend the knees, coming forwards, halfway. Good. Going through the motions. If you're not ready for a full hop, we can step forwards, straighten the legs, bend, stepping back, and then downward facing dog. Okay, so you round through and then just try and change the leg that you step with. All right, as long as we're going through the motions, that's the most important thing. So you have your low impact and your high impact version. We've got 3 more. Downward facing dog, rounding through, bend, hop or step, straighten through the legs, jump back, and downward facing dog. Rounding through, jump to the front, straighten through the legs, hopping back, downward facing dog. Just holding your downward facing dog here for a few breaths. Good. Walking out the dog. If that feels good for you, just pushing one heel down and then the other. Also, you can look from side to side. Good. Take a deep breath in, looking up towards the top of your mat. Bend the knees, hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly rolling up into a standing position. Raising those hands up towards the sky. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Let's just do that one more time. Nice big inhale. Good. Palms together, hands to heart. Now we're going to step back again, this time with our right foot, keeping those hands at your heart, palms together, stepping back, finding that high lunge. Good. Raising your hands up towards the sky. And this time we're going to bring our arms out towards the side. So extended all the way out. And we're going to twist. So my left leg is forward, and I'm going to twist to make my right hand come to the front of the mat, left hand to the back, and then twist back to the front. Okay, so that's one. Good, keep twisting. 2, staying strong, really just twisting from the core. 3, 4, good. 5, 6, great work. 7, 8, exhale as you twist. 9, last one. 10, holding it there, getting into that twisted lunge, bringing the right hand down towards the mat, left hand up towards the ceiling. Your gaze up towards the ceiling, following that left hand. Good. Now from here, I want you to open up that left foot slightly to the side, giving yourself a bit more space. And we're going to bring that knee to elbow and then back into that twisted lunge. Okay, for 1, and open. 2, nice and controlled here. 3, 4, inhale as we open up. Exhale as that knee comes to the elbow. 6, 7, great work. 8, 9, and 10. Opening back into that twisted high lunge, bring that foot back in. Rotating that arm around. We're going to come up, back into that high lunge. And from here, I want you to release the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, staying in our high lunge. Good. Opening up through the chest. And then grounding that back foot. So this has a very slight 45-degree angle. The edge of my foot is nicely grounded there on the mat. And I just want you to come forwards, leaning forwards with the chest. Hands up towards the sky. Again, opening up through the chest here. Breathe. Try and get as low as you can towards that mat. Holding it here. For 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in as we come back up. Twisting that back foot, coming back onto the tips of our toes. Raising our hands up into that high lunge. As we exhale, the hands come down towards the mat. Good. And then I just want you to step that left foot back and then the right foot forward. Okay, so just walking through, left foot forward and back. So we're going from low plank to plank. Sorry, low lunge to plank. Just alternating our hands. Good. I said hands, I meant our feet. Stepping forwards with the left and then back and then the right. So either staying here, you keep walking through these motions, or if you're with me, we're going to jump them. So if you're going to jump, get ready in position and switch. 1, little bounce. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This time with your right foot, with your left foot forward, right foot back. Just made that up. And again, right foot forward, left foot back this time. I apologize. Raising our hands up into a high lunge. To be fair, the opposite for you. You might have been doing the opposite to me. Good. Bringing those hands to your heart. Extending those arms out. And this time twisting to the other side. So 1, 2, good. 3, 4, 5, 6, lots of control here. 7, keeping your balance. 8, 9, last one. And 10, holding it there, getting down low. Good. And then bringing that left hand down towards the mat, right hand up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in. Good. On your exhale, you're going to you're going to bring that right foot slightly further out. And on your exhale, you're going to bring knee to elbow. Good. Opening up, knee to elbow. I'm forgetting my left to right here, girls. Knee to elbow. Good. Inhale as you open. Exhale as you bring that knee in. Good. Inhale, open. Exhale together. 4 more. 4. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Opening back up into that high lunge. Just shuffling that right foot back into position. Nice and strong here. Your gaze up towards the ceiling. And then let's cartwheel up into our high lunge here. We're going to ground that left back foot. Good. Interlacing, it's like a warrior 1 position. Interlacing the fingers behind you. And we're going to lead forward there with the chest. Down towards the right knee. Or left, depending which way you're going right now. Open up through that chest. Get down nice and low. Good. Imagine you're trying to get your forehead to touch the mat here. Breathing. Wonderful. Take one more deep breath in. On your exhale, slowly coming back up, leading with the chest. Rotating that back foot, coming back into our high lunge. Raising those hands up towards the sky. Good. Opening up. Exhale, bringing those hands down to frame that front foot. And then walking our foot backwards and forwards. Just alternating here. Finding that space in your body. Good. You really find out where you're tight. My hip flexors, shoulders. I think everything in my body is really tight right now. Good, just walking forwards and backwards. Keep stepping through. Okay, girls, for those of you who want to do the switcheroonie with me, get yourselves ready. If not, keep walking. I've got my left foot forward here. I'm going to do a little bounce. And let's do it. So, 1, 2, 3, good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Stepping that right foot forward. Good. Coming into our forward fold. Straightening through the legs there. And just walking out those knees. Take a deep breath in. On your next exhale, rolling up into our standing position, raising those hands up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's take another breath here, bending the knees. Inhale, throwing those arms back, bending those elbows, palms together, bending the knees. Good, coming down towards the mat. into our forward fold. Just take a few breaths. Bending the knees, taking your right foot back, coming into a low lunge. Good. Now from here, we're just going to straighten that front leg and then come back into the low lunge. Let's do that again. Straightening through the front leg and back into a low lunge. Good. Bring the legs closer together if you need to. Inhale as you come into that low lunge. Exhale as you straighten that front leg. Good. Inhale and exhale. Don't forget. Inhale. Exhale, straighten. Good. Inhale, coming forwards. Exhale, straightening through that leg. A few more times. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Now this time as we come forward into the lunge, I want you to raise your body up into high lunge. Bring the hands down. Step the right foot back and then back into your high lunge. Okay, so down, back into like three-legged plank. Three-legged, like I have three legs, but still. And then back into that high lunge. Okay, so exhale back. Good. If this is too much for you, just step back into plank, stepping forwards, and then come into that high lunge. If you can keep the leg elevated, then do so. Try and do so on some and maybe not on others. Brilliant. This is great for your mobility, strength. We've got 4 more on this side. Back you go. Good. Stepping forwards. Inhale up. Hands down. Good. Step back. Forwards and down. Back. Up we come into that high lunge. Holding it here. Dropping that back knee. Just coming into a low lunge here. Good. Opening up through the chest, opening up through that hip flexor. Trousers are falling. Good. Now from here, I want you to flex the back foot. We're going to go into our butt kicks. All right, so we're going to step up, raise that right knee, really squeeze those glutes, and then come back into that low lunge very gently. Now in the low lunge, we're not doing any stretching here, we're just supporting ourselves. So you come up, you can use a wall or a chair or a bench or a table to give you some support. So stepping back and up. Okay, if you want to work on your balance like me, let's try and not support ourselves. Up we come and back. Really squeezing. If you're finding it difficult to come all the way down, then just step back slightly, but make sure that your body weight, that your knee is behind those toes. That's the most important thing, that you're stepping as far back as possible. Excuse me. Good. Stepping back and up. 5 more. Down and up. Good. Use your arms to help you. Whichever way you feel is giving you the support that you need. Up we come, keeping that knee up on the last one. Bringing that leg behind you, bending that front knee, and coming into a supported warrior 3. So our hands are down on the floor. Try and square the hips, okay? You might find that your leg needs to come down. That's absolutely fine. All right, try and just lift it slightly off the ground. And then from there, try and raise it up. Good. Again, flexing that foot. Hips are square, really feeling that stretch there. And then from here, we're going to open up through the hips into our half moon pose. Now try and raise that right hand up towards the sky. Good, flexing that foot. Your hips are open now to the side of the mat. Good. And then bringing that right hand down, squaring the hips back to the front of the mat. Lowering that back leg back down, coming into a low lunge. Looking forwards here. Grounding the fingertips onto the top of the mat, stepping that right foot back and coming into our forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bending the knees and this time stepping the left foot to the back of your mat. Good. Finding that position, finding that low lunge, looking forwards, and on your exhale, straightening that front leg. Good. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, straighten that front leg. Just going through the movement, guided by your breath. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, good. Really feeling and releasing that tension in your hip flexors, in the backs of your legs. If your calves are particularly tight, you can raise the tips of your toes to give you a nice calf stretch when you straighten that front leg. Maybe you're a runner and you really want to just get a little bit of a release in those calves too. Good. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Coming back into that low lunge where we are, raising those hands up into high lunge, finding your balance here, really getting deep into that left hip flexor. Exhale, release the hands down and stepping either back into plank or into three-legged plank, and then coming forward. Inhale, up into that high lunge. Okay, back and into high lunge. Hands down, step back. Good. Up and down. Inhale as you come up. Exhale as we come back. Inhale as that foot comes forward and we come up. Try and make it in 2 big breaths. That's it. Really think about guiding each of these movements to our inhale and our exhale. You've got 3 more. Up, hands down, stepping back, good. Hands up, good. Back down, step it back, last one, stepping forward into that high lunge. Hands down, step back, good. Coming back into that high lunge, swooping those hands up, good. Interlacing the fingers, index fingers pointed up towards the sky as we drop that back leg, untuck the toe and just allow ourselves this moment to release into our low lunge. If extending the arms is too much, you can bring your hands down. Good. Really making sure your knees behind your toes. I'm just going to stay here. All right, girls, so we're going to tuck that back toe and get ready to bring yourself up. So rocking back and then coming up, squeezing those glutes, and then coming back gently into that sort of kneeling low lunge. I'm supporting myself here with the wall next to me. Good. Do not be ashamed if you need to do that. We're all at different places, in different moments of the day. at different times in our life. There'll be times where you feel like you can just power through something, and other days where you're like, oh, hell no. Squeeze and down. Good. We've got 6 more. Squeeze those glutes as you come up. Squeeze. Good. And down. Squeeze. And back. Squeeze. Great work here, girls. Good. 3, 2, last one. Keeping that knee up. Extending it back, bending through that front knee. And we're going to bring our hands down towards the mat as we extend that back leg, flex the foot. Again, squaring off your hips to the front of your mat. My hamstrings are really tight, so I tend to open up because it's easier for me. Well, that's not good. So squaring off those hips towards the front of your mat. Now we're going to open up the hips to the side of the mat. Good, keeping that foot flexed, opening up and round. That's it. And then trying to raise that left arm up towards the sky. Trying to keep our balance. It's okay if you fall, girls. Oh! Try and stay focused and grounded here. Good. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Coming back with that left hand down towards the mat, squaring off those hips one more time. Raise that leg up as far as you can. Good. On your exhale, just bringing that left foot down to meet the right foot. Good. And let's just walk it out here on the spot, bending one knee and then the other. And then keeping your right leg bent, left leg straight, grounding that right hand down onto the ground, and then twisting up to the left hand side. So your left hand's up towards the sky, left leg is fully extended, right leg is bent. Good, and then let's take it to the other side, bringing the left hand down, bending the left knee this time, grounding that left hand onto the mat, and raising that right hand up towards the ceiling. Good. Extending through the right leg this time. Take a deep breath in. Let's bring that hand back down. Coming back into our forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, rolling ourselves up nice and slowly here into a standing position. Raising our hands up towards the sky, palms together, hands to heart. Take a deep breath in, bending the knees, raising ourselves up again towards the sky, throwing yourself all the way back, bending through the spine, palms together, coming down into our forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, bending the knees, stepping back into plank, dropping the knees down into tabletop position. And then pushing yourself back into child's pose. Just to take a little stretch here. Stretching out those glutes as well, and the back. Good. On your next inhale, slowly rolling into tabletop position. Tucking that belly button into the spine. We're going to extend our right leg out. Good. Looking forwards. And we're going to release that left hand in front of us. Holding it here. And then we're going to take a pulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Holding it there. And then reaching that left hand behind you and trying to get hold of your ankle. Good. And then bringing that foot up towards the sky, opening up through the chest, squeezing those glutes, holding it here, deep breath in, releasing the foot and the hand back into that 50-50 plank, dropping the hand and the foot down, and then rolling ourselves up into a kneeling position, hands up towards the sky. And then exhale, coming into our camel pose. Good. Bringing those hands to the lower part of your back. Or if you're feeling like you want to extend into full camel, bringing your hands down towards your knees, opening up through the chest. Breathing deeply into this posture. In your next exhale, if you're in full camel, bringing those hands back towards your lower back. Exhale, hands up towards the sky. Inhale, coming down into child's pose. Reaching those hands out in front of you. Deep breath in. Good. On your exhale, rolling back into tabletop position. Good. Finding that neutral spine, squaring off your hips, making sure that everything is aligned. Before extending that left leg out. Good. Square those hips off, bringing that right hand forwards, and trying to find that direct line between these fingertips and those toes. Good. Let's take that pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Holding that 50-50 plank. And then bringing that hand behind you, reaching for that ankle and then pulling ourselves up. Good. Into our bow. Opening up through the chest. Looking forward. Deep breath in. On your exhale, slowly bending the knee, releasing back into 50-50 plank. Exhale, releasing the hands and the knees, coming up into our kneeling position, raising our hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale. Again, either bringing the hands to the lower part of your back, really pushing those hips forwards, rolling those shoulders away, opening that heart up towards the universe. Good. Let in some love and joy. Bring those hands down towards your heels. Good. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, if you're in full camel, bringing those hands back towards your lower spine. Straightening up through the spine. Raising those hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bringing that bum down towards the feet. And then extending those arms out in front of you, coming into our child's pose. Just taking a few breaths here. Keeping those shoulders away from your ears. And giving yourself a little bit of rest and relaxation. Being kind to yourself in this moment. And giving thanks to your body for making it through this workout today. being grateful for all that you can do. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, just rolling slowly up into tabletop position. Just give me a nice cat-cow here. Nice deep breath in, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale as we roll through. Good. Dropping those hips. Inhale. Good. And exhale. And just one more time. Finding as much movement as you can or want to. Feel free to just shimmy yourself from side to side and let that head hang loose, releasing the neck, shaking it from side to side, closing your eyes. Really shake that head. You can say yes, you can say no, you can say maybe, just let it all go and flow, whichever way works for you, making those shoulders move. Let's get a little bit of pumped up oxygen energy into that head. Good. Take a deep breath in. Center yourself. And then coming into our seated position here, center of the mat. Good. Just one more roll of the neck. And again, just like last class, depending on where you're feeling your tension, bringing those hands behind you, fingertips grounded, opening up through the chest, open up through the neck. Good. Elongating that throat. Releasing the hands, bringing the hands onto your knees, and then just rolling that head from side to side. Making sure that your shoulders are rolled away and down, away from the ears. Consciously releasing your body, allowing it and giving it permission to just let go. Beautiful. Thank you so much for coming today, you incredible women. I hope you enjoyed the session and that you feel a little bit more relaxed and invigorated at the same time. And I will see you for our next class. Take care. Bye.